The next doubt. So the approach is kind of same, but okay, we'll do that fifth problem also. The show that the 4 points with position vectors p bar, q bar, r bar, s bar respectively such that so p bar, q bar, r bar, s bar such that 5p bar minus 2q bar plus 6r bar minus 9s bar equal to 0 are coplanar. This three-dimensional view, like you will understand the things better once we are done with the 3D. But still, you can try to understand this logic. In any plane, if you consider a plane, any two geometrical figures on that plane are coplanar, obviously, right? Because they are on the same plane. But in three-dimensional geometry, the figures are in space. If you take two lines in two-dimensional geometry, either they are intersecting or they are parallel. Either they are intersecting, either they have no points common or 1 point common or infinitely many points common. So the no point common means that they are parallel. That's all. But in space, it's kind of two lines. If you take the two pens or pencils and then keep in air, simply just like randomly, and they such that they are not touching each other, then you can see that the two lines are neither parallel nor intersecting. Neither parallel nor intersecting. In 2D, any two lines are either parallel or intersecting. But in 3D, there is another set of lines which are neither parallel nor intersecting. Those kind of lines are called skew lines. So because there is a possibility of skew lines, when it comes to 3D, two lines may or may not be coplanar. So the two lines will be coplanar if they are intersecting or one is parallel to another. In case of one is parallel to another in three-dimensional, in case one is parallel to another, so there will be a plane passing through both of them. Or if they are intersecting, then automatically there will be a plane passing through both of them. So if they are intersecting or one is parallel to another, then they are considered as coplanar. So what they're asking here, they're asking us to prove that these 4 points are coplanar. So you need to prove either the two lines formed by joining any two and other 2 points of this the 4 points are parallel. The two lines are parallel, or you need to prove that one line is intersecting with another. One of those you can, if you could prove, then they are coplanar. So we need to prove either the lines are parallel or intersecting. So if one of these two happens, then automatically they will be coplanar. The how will prove that fact? How will prove that fact? For that, if you see this information of 5p bar plus 2q bar, if you see the sum of these two, I mean the coefficients is equal to the sum of these two coefficients. That's why you can write this as 5p bar plus 6r bar equal to 2q bar plus 9s bar. That implies 5p bar by 6r bar by 5 plus 6 equal to 2q bar plus 9s bar by 2 plus 9. What is this? 2 plus 9, 5 plus 6, both are equal. Both are equal to 11. I divided with 11 on both sides. Now you can understand that the LHS is a vector which divides the RP in the ratio 5:6. MB bar plus NA bar is a formula. So this is the first factor, R is the vector. So this is the PV position vector of point which divides RP in the ratio 5:6 is equal to the position vector of point which divides what is this? QS means SQ. SQ in the ratio 2:9. The point which divides SQ in the ratio 2:9. These two are equal. So that means the same point lying on both the lines. This is RP and this is SQ. The point of intersection, one point is lying on both lines. Therefore, RP comma SQ are intersecting. Hence, coplanar. Make a note of it. Next, the sixth question. Sixth question is based on the formula that the angular bisector divides the opposite side in the ratio of corresponding sides. Based on that, okay, let us write the question what they are given. The vertices of ABC of a triangle, the vertices A comma B comma C of triangle ABC have respectively the position vectors ABC. That is simple, basic information. So that's what they are given. With respect to origin, okay, to show that the point D, where the bisector of angle A meets BC with the position vector, show that angular bisector of A meets BC at D, and the D position vector is beta D bar, beta B bar, sorry, beta B bar plus gamma C bar by beta plus gamma. This is what they're asking us to prove, where beta equal to C bar minus A bar, comma gamma equal to A bar minus B bar, but that's not the end of the question. Hence, deduce that the in center I for the triangle is alpha A bar plus beta B bar plus gamma C bar by alpha plus beta plus gamma, where alpha is equal to mod B bar minus C bar. So this is what we need to prove. Basically, what they're asking, they're just asking that fact that angular bisector divides the base in the ratio of other two sides. That's what they're asking. So directly you can use the formula for lower grades and then convert that into the vector notation. So you take the triangle, ABC, and angular bisector of A these two angles same. This is B, and as angular bisector divides the base in the ratio of other two sides, so they only gave the name for this CA bar as length of this is beta. So this is mod C minus A bar. See, like in the previous problem, you can't let A as origin this time because they are only given the A position vector A bar, B bar, and C bar. We should take those only. So when that we have a freedom to choose the position vector, that time we'll take one of them as origin. So now this A minus B, the A minus B is this one, the magnitude of this. So when you're taking the magnitude A minus B or B minus A, doesn't matter. AB, mod B, both the same, the magnitudes. So it's given as gamma. So, and this is given as B bar, and this is given as C bar. So this ratio is automatically the gamma is to beta. You can write that as angular. Of course, you need to write all this writing given. You just need to use the word given and then write this. Instead of that, I copied the question. So angular bisector divides the base in the ratio of other two sides angular bisector divides the base in the ratio of other two sides. So using this, D divides VC in the ratio gamma is to beta. So using that formula MB bar, therefore the D position vectors MB bar, M is gamma, B bar is C bar, plus N is beta, A bar is B bar, by M plus N, gamma plus beta. That's what they are given, right? B beta bar plus gamma C bar. That's what. Same thing. So directly we get from that. The next, the incenter. The incenter is the point of intersection of internal angular bisector. So if you take this internal angular bisector, let us call this as E, and this is I. And if you consider ABD triangle, in ABD triangle, internal angular bisector divides the base, AD is the base. Bisector of B, angular bisector, angular bisector of B, angular bisector of B, angular bisector of B divides base AD in the ratio of other two sides. Other two sides are what are these? This gamma in the ratio AB is to BD. Of course, their magnitude, not the vectors. So this magnitude is already named. So what is this magnitude? If this is this magnitude, this is BD is equal to the gamma by gamma plus beta, because this D divides in the ratio gamma is to beta, gamma by gamma plus beta into BC bar. BC bar is what? Mod B bar minus C bar and C bar minus B bar. Whatever you write doesn't make a difference. Mod B bar minus C bar. So they are giving a name in the question itself. So let mod B bar minus C bar equal to alpha, or directly, okay, then automatically BD equal to, BD is basically the length of BD, equal to alpha gamma by gamma plus beta. That's what BD. So the B divides AD in the ratio AB is to BD. So the ratio AB is gamma. So the gamma is to alpha gamma by gamma plus beta. A ratio you can simplify, right? So you can cancel gamma, it will becomes 1. 1 is to alpha by gamma plus beta. You can multiply with gamma plus beta. So this becomes gamma plus beta is to alpha. Gamma plus beta is to alpha. So this is what the ratio in which BI or BE divides AD. So if you can easily find the point, this is A, we have A bar, and this is D is already there. What is that? B beta plus C gamma by gamma plus beta, or beta plus gamma. Okay, we'll do the calculation in the next place. Make a note of it fast. Now let us write the A bar, D bar, and the ratio in the next space. So A bar, and the D is what? The B beta bar, sorry, B bar beta plus C bar gamma by beta plus gamma. This is D, AD. This AD is divided by I in the ratio. So I divides AD in the ratio. What is that ratio? Alpha plus beta, sorry, gamma plus beta is to alpha. Gamma plus beta is to alpha. Again, the same section formula. Therefore, the I coordinates are, what is that? MB bar. The M is the first number in the ratio. Alpha, gamma plus beta into B bar means the second vector. So B bar beta plus C bar gamma by beta plus gamma MB bar plus N A bar. N is alpha. A bar is A bar, the first vector, by the sum of those two, gamma plus beta plus alpha. Yeah. Now here these two get cancelled, and you get this IS alpha A bar plus beta B bar plus gamma C bar by alpha plus beta plus gamma. Make a note of it. Okay. We'll do the 7th question also. It looks a little different. If A cap and B cap are unit vectors, given A cap comma B cap are unit vectors, and the angle between them is theta. A cap, B cap, the angle between them is theta. Then prove that sine theta by 2 equal to half into A cap minus B cap modulus. That's what they're asking. So when A cap, B cap are unit vectors, so let us take this as A cap and this as B cap. Both are unit vector, their magnitudes are same, directions can be different. This is A cap and this is B cap. So automatically there will be a rhombus formed. So AB, CD, this is rhombus formed, and in the rhombus, diagonals bisect each other and also perpendicular to each other. These are perpendicular to each other, and then the angle between A bar and B bar is given as theta, and automatically this will be theta by 2. Because in rhombus, not only diagonals bisect each other, the diagonal bisects the angle also. How? Simple logic. These two triangles, if you take ABC and ADC, the two sides are equal, and the diagonals bisect. These two sides are equal, these two sides are equal, and three sides are equal. Yes, property there. Okay, where am I? Okay. This is AC is a common side, and these two sides are equal, these two sides are equal, the congruent triangles. So the corresponding angles are same. So this is theta by 2 and this is also theta by 2. Now you want sine theta by 2 in this right angle triangle, sine theta by 2, if we call this as O, you need OD by AD. AD is 1 because it's unit vector. So basically sine theta by 2 equal to from triangle AOD sine theta by 2 equal to OD magnitude basically by AD magnitude. So AD magnitude is anyway 1 because it's a unit vector. So basically the OD magnitude. So magnitude of OD. So diagonal, the dB if you calculate it, dB equal to what? dA plus AB. dA is basically minus B cap. AB is A cap. So the mod BD, okay, the dB bar equal to A cap minus B cap. If you want DO, it's half of it. Half of A cap minus B cap because the diagonals bisect each other. So the magnitude of DO or OD both the same, equal to the half mod A cap minus B cap. That's what they're asking. So mod OD is nothing but sine theta by 2. The sine theta by 2 is half A cap minus B cap. Make a note of it. Next, the 10th question. Find the values of C for which the vector C such that A bar equal to C log 2, C log x base 2, I cap, minus 6 j cap plus 3 k cap, comma b bar equal to log x base 2 into I cap plus 2 j cap plus 2c log x base 2 into k cap makes an obtuse angle for every x belongs to. So the angle between a bar, b bar is obtuse. C bar such that these two a bar, b bar makes an obtuse angle for any x belongs to 0 to infinity. See here log x is there, automatically the domain becomes positive numbers. If x is positive, then only it is defined. So throughout its domain, these two angles, the angle between them should be obtuse angle. So the angle between them obtuse means we have the property and is obtuse angle between them if and only if a bar dot b bar is negative, right? So using that, so a bar dot b bar negative, so c log x base 2 into log x base 2 plus minus 6 into 2 plus 3 into 2c log x base 2 less than 0. C times log x base 2 the whole square plus 6c times log x base 2 minus 12 is less than 0. Right? So that means you got a quadratic expression in log x base 2. So when x belongs to the positive real numbers, automatically the log x base 2 is all real numbers. You'll get all real numbers as a range for log x base 2. So for all real numbers of t, it's kind of ct square plus 6ct minus 12 is less than 0 for all t belongs to real numbers. For every real number, it should be less than 0. For every real number t, this should be less than 0 means the c should be less than 0. If you remember the quadratic expressions concept that we discussed, there are 6 possible cases for a quadratic expressions. If you want to differentiate between differentiate between the cases in terms of upwards, downwards, intersecting the x-axis, touching the x-axis, and not intersecting, not touching the x-axis, it's 6 possibilities. Out of those, in this case, if the graph is like this, then only it can be negative always. So for graph to be like this, the first thing is x square coefficient. Here t square coefficient should be negative. Suppose if it in case of ax square plus bx plus c theory, a should be negative and d should be negative. These are the two things that need to satisfy. That's the theory. Now here a is c itself, c should be negative and the d should be negative. D is what? D is 6c whole square minus 4 into c into minus 12 should be less than 0. So basically the c 12 into v square minus 4, v square minus 4. Yeah, okay. So then you can take the c common. What is it? 4, 12, 48. 36c square minus 48c less than 0. I think 12c you can take common. So 3c minus 4 is less than 0. So the wavy curve method if you use, so the zeros of these linear polynomials are 0 and 4 by 3. and C square coefficient is positive, so plus minus plus. So you want the product to be negative. So C belongs to open 0 to 4 by 3. So only for C belongs to open 0 to 4 by 3 and C less than, both should be satisfied. The intersection of these two conditions is, final answer is C belongs to 0 to 4 by 3. Only in case of C belongs to 0 to 4 by 3, for all real values of T, this expression will be negative. What they're asking in the question, for every value of X in this interval, when X is taking the positive values, log X base 2 will take all the real values. So for all real values of this T, this should be less than 0. That's what they're asking. So that is possible only if C belongs to 0, 4 by 3. Right? Make a note of it. I think I made a calculation mistake. This is plus. Yeah. So then I need to interchange this. This is minus 4 by 3 and this is 0. So the C belongs to minus 4 by 3 to 0. Oh, okay, okay. Actually, when C less than 0 is there, it won't be that. Okay, fine. C less than 0, I read this as C positive and then the positive interval, but C less than 0 and this intersection is, the final answer is C belongs to minus 4 by 3 to 0.